Sydney A says, I just couldn't take that damn knee surgery scene seriously.
The movie had to do something to convince people like yourself, who love Pedro Pascal, that even a very handsome, quote unquote, unicorn, Pedro Pascal, has insecurities too. And the only way they could do it is to literally bring him down a peg.
What an unserious scene. I will say, I thought Pedro's delivery of that scene was actually quite controlled and interesting acting. And Dakota wasn't even awful herself in that scene. And like I said, that moment where she says to him that you're perfect, I thought that was one of the few moments of sweet delivery from her in this film. But ultimately, the nonsense of it all is just too much. And when I realized that the reason that they had been mentioning this surgery, this whole movie, was to lead up to this, I was like, no, that's enough of that. Alina on Letterboxd says, broke man propaganda in this economy? I don't think so. I wanted to highlight this particular review because this is the one that Celine Song responded to.
So look, again, I wasn't impressed by her interview because she goes on this whole spiel about, I'm not happy about the way how people are speaking about broke men and broke people. Listen, I would have had nothing to say about all of this if John's character didn't make the comment about how when I look at you, I see wrinkles and children. Excuse me?
It's supposed to be a romantic thing.
No, that's a threat. That's a threat.
It's supposed to contrast with the other men we've been seeing in the movie that are so obsessed with their partners at their quote-unquote youngest and hottest. And even Lucy says it to Harry at some point, that, I only have a couple of years of looking hot left. So it's supposed to show that he's the only one that sees her across the entire span of her life.
I think for him to have the audacity to mention kids when he doesn't even have accommodation, you can't afford to take her to get anything better than a $5 gyro. It's a bit audacious, actually. This comment from Sydney reads, the biggest catfish of the year. Celine Song uses rom-com thrills and conventions for initial appearances only to reveal a somber and honest dissection of modern dating.
I wish I agreed with this because when I first heard about the concept of this movie, that's exactly what I thought it would be. But I don't. This film is not actually subversive in any way, and it doesn't reveal that much more about the human condition. Any attempts to do so are blocked by the technical issues with the acting and direction. There's something about the pacing of this movie that is very off. There's something about the line delivery of this movie that's very off, which at first I thought it was an acting issue. It's not purely a Dakota Johnson issue because I noticed it across all of the actors, where the way scenes would linger wouldn't make sense. Someone would say something, there would be a pause in a very particular way that the next person would respond in a way that just wasn't natural. I don't have any problem with stylized filmmaking, but you can't do that kind of stylized filmmaking if you're also trying to make a traditional rom-com at the same time, unless you are very, very particular with what you're doing. To me, it just made the scenes feel off. It made the scenes were trying to make feel disjointed and stilted, and it was a distraction for me. I was questioning, is it that these people can't act? Is there something wrong with the script? Is Celine not directing them properly? Is there an editing issue? So any attempt to reveal the true underbelly of dating and what it says about the human condition is lost on me because I'm just irritated by the way the lines are being delivered to me.
But do you think that's because you don't buy into the romance? Because I think those elements were also in past lives and it worked really well.
Yes, so that is it, because I bought into the chemistry between our leads in past lives a lot more. One, even between our main character played by Greta Lee and her husband, I also bought their chemistry, even though I wasn't romantically rooting for them more. But here's the difference. That movie has lots of silence, but it's silence. It's intentional silence. It's not one person talks and another person awkwardly doesn't respond for a long time and then disjointedly suddenly responds. It's a person says something, the other person says something, and then we sit in it. And the film sits in it, and the setting sits in it, and the camera comes out and you look at our characters and you see how they're engaging with their space. You see both of them longing to touch each other or sneaking looks at each other. So all of those drawn out scenes are serving a narrative purpose. I couldn't see any purpose it was serving here.